Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Meffan, your yoga teacher for the day. If you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. For those of you that come here very often, then welcome back. We are going to be doing a short and sweet heart opening sequence today. So come down to your mat, grab anything you need, blocks, straps, anything you think you might need, and we're just going to start in child's pose. So you're going to take a wide leg variation of child's pose today. So the feet can stay together, take the knees wide, walk those hands out in front of you, and then just let the forehead rest down on the mat. If your forehead doesn't quite reach the mat, that's fine. You can just have it hanging, releasing tension through the neck. And here we're going to find a little bit of grounding, a bit of centering before we begin our flow. You can close off the eyes, just feel the parts of the body that are connected to the mat right now. So just noticing them through the fingertips, maybe the forehead, the shins, the tops of the feet. Just being aware of that connection, becoming mindful, becoming very present within your practice, noticing your body on your mat. And then now tapping into the breath. Just to begin with, notice the quality of your breath. It will help you assess how you're feeling today. The breath can tell us a lot. It's not making any big changes or anything. Just feeling into it, noticing what's alive. And now seeing if you can start to deepen that breath. Those of you that work with Ujjayi breathing, coming into that. Those of you unsure about breath technique, just deep, nice inhales through the nose, exhales through the nose. I'm going to walk our hands over to the left side. Let's open through the right side body. And when you reach that side, really start to work deep into the breath, and you'll notice how the breath can open up the body. And that's why the two are so interlinked. Yoga is breath with movement. And then walking those hands back through center. Let's go to the other side. So hands come over to the right side. And we're opening through the left side body. You can still keep those eyes closed for a few more moments if that feels nice for you. And then bringing those hands back through center. And slide the hands forward as you start to lift the bottom up, and we'll come into extended puppy. You might need to shift the knees back a little bit. So really opening through the shoulders, the armpits. We're going to draw that part of the body down towards the mat. You can take two variations here. One is more sort of into the feeling of the heart opening. One's more strength-based. So you could soften through the ribs, draw those ribs in, push down through the armpits towards the mat. This is actually a really great drill, great strength exercise for handstands. Or you could just let everything just open. Take the chin down to the mat if it goes that far. Maybe come up to the fingertips if you're super open, and you could take a wiggle around. So just really feeling into what your body needs today. Sitting back on the heels slowly, drawing the body up, coming to kneeling. Take the fingertips down behind you, lift up the chest. So rather than thinking about just slumping into the lower back, you want to think about lifting, it's not going to be a big back bend, it's just a heart lift. You can take the head all the way back if that feels good. And then come back to neutral, place the hands down on the knees. Start to work the body around in circles. It's going to feel a little bit groovy. Groovy on my word. I haven't used that word for a very long time and I intend to not use it again. Go the other direction. Kind of feel like an old maths teacher. Or one of my old maths teachers, like, oh yes, groovy work. Slowly working the body round. Okay, walk those hands forwards, come into a little tabletop position here. Again, options, giving you all the options today. Either traditional cat-cow, inhale, lifting through the chest, exhale as you round the spine, or maybe it feels good for you today to work the body around in circles. So again, just tapping into what it is that you need today. Just go a few more times. If you're going around in circles, make sure you go both ways. Coming back to neutral. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Come up onto the toe of that right foot. Tuck under the back foot. Left hand can move forward a little bit. You can pick that knee off. And then open the right arm all the way out. And what we want to find here is this rotation of the chest, taking the arm back as far as it can go. And you're going to hopefully feel this opening all the way through the chest, the armpit, the shoulder, the upper arm as you gaze up to the sky. And release it all the way down. Place the hand down, left knee comes down, right foot comes back, but we keep the foot off the mat and we've got that knee bent in. So right knee is bent. You're going to see if you can take the left hand around to take hold of the right foot. And as you catch hold with the right foot, you're going to see if you can add a little bit of pressure to lift through the chest. Again, just opening now through that other shoulder. Keep the right leg up, place the left hand down. You're going to draw the right knee into the nose. So to get here, you're going to have to round through the spine. Holding here, so just working into the core, a little bit of fire. And release it back down. Beautiful. Step now the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Come up onto the ball of the foot of the left. If that doesn't feel great, you can keep it down. Shift the right hand forward a little bit. Tuck under right toes. Lift the right knee off. Left arm reaches all the way up to the ceiling and then open it out. So rotating the chest all the way up to the sky. Breathing here. Feeling into that. And bringing it all the way back down. Left hand comes down, right knee drops. Take the left leg back, but keep it off the mat. And then bend that left knee in. Take the right hand around behind you. See if you can take hold of the left foot. Add a bit of pressure between the foot and the hand. And see if you can find that lift. Staying with that breath. Slowly release. So right hand comes down. We're then going to start to round the spine as you draw the left knee into the nose. Again, working through the core, a little bit of fire. And release it all the way down. Shift those hands if you need to. Tuck under the toes, downward facing dog. So just take a moment here, maybe pedal out through the feet, maybe a shake, a nod of the head, a wiggle of the hips, whatever it is that your body is in need of today. Just finding that little bit of movement here. in our downward facing dog. So the next little bit that we're going to do will really wake up the core and the shoulders, but it's nice for the heart as well to open. So you're going to keep your toes where they are. Traditionally in an upward facing dog, we would be taking the tops of the feet down to the mat. But as we're going to be shifting from down dog to up dog, we're going to keep these toes tucked under. As you inhale, you'll work the body forward. See if you can try and really round through the spine, each vertebrae, and then dropping those hips down, lifting the chest. Exhale, take it all the way back. Be careful of the lower spine here. You just want to be really sure that you're not jolting. We don't want this to be super fast movement. Nice and steady and controlled. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale back. 4 more. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. 2 more. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. It's good work for the arms, this. Last time. Inhale, bring it forwards. Exhale, take it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Taking a moment here. You're going to drop the knees all the way down to the mat. Sit back with the bum on the heels just for a moment. So we've got a little toe stretch happening. You're going to inhale and open through cactus. Exhale round the spine, and we're going to do this a few times. So you're going to find the fluidity with the movement of with the breath. So as you inhale, open. Exhale round. Inhale, open. Exhale round. Inhale, open. Exhale round. Inhale, open. Exhale round. You can untuck those toes, lift the bottom off the heels so we're sitting tall. Now, this is a short flow, so we might not be feeling into camel just yet. If you know that you're open in your back and your heart, then maybe you can take it. If not, we're just going to take the hands to the sacrum, draw those elbows together, take an inhale and lift up. It's a little tiny movement. It's not even big. You can see here that there's not really much happening in my back. It's more happening with my chest lifting. One more breath here. Bring it all the way back up. Option to do the exact same again, or you could take the hands to the heels and find your camel pose. But obviously as well, only doing that if you feel ready to. Take a nice big inhale and then find your pose. If you're going down to camel, really make sure you lift up towards the sky and then push the hips forward. Tendency is that we're cued to always push the hips forward, which just leads us to tuck into the lumbar spine even more. So we want to lift first and then move it forwards. 2 more breaths, whichever variation you've gone for. Slowly coming all the way up. Lower the bottom down, super slowly. Just take the arms down by the side and start to counter pose into a narrow leg child's pose. If you can drop that head down, great. Starting to shift the hands all the way forwards, forearms come down, drop the hips down for Sphinx. So lifting through the chest. So I want you to stay thinking about the chest here. Makes it a lot easier if you know you've got your elbow stacked underneath your shoulder. Okay, that's gonna make this next part a little easier. You're gonna bend in the right foot. We're gonna take a nice quad stretch here. So take the right hand back, grab the right foot, draw that heel down towards the bottom. Doesn't need to be touching the bottom, it's just heading there. Push the hips into the mat and stay lifted in the chest. So it's kind of a dual action going on here. We've got a heart opener, and then we're opening through the hip flexors and the quads as well. Releasing that right foot, switch around again, make sure you've got your elbow and shoulder nicely stacked, and then take hold of the left foot. And again, keeping the chest nice and lifted, keeping it open. And slowly lowering everything, release everything down to the mat. Just take the hands in front of you, place the forehead down, and then just wiggle those hips side to side. You can take the hands next to the head, or you could take the hands interlaced behind the back, whichever one feels nice. I like the interlaced behind the back because it helps me draw the shoulders down. We're going to take 4 inhales with a lift and then exhale lower. Inhale, lift the chest, keep the feet down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Release the hands. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Shift the bottom back. Come down through a wide leg child's pose. Arms are stretched out in front. You can take a little wiggle in the hips side to side if that feels good. And then from here, slowly bring yourself to a seated position. So you can either be cross-legged, you can be kneeling if that's a bit better for you. Whichever variation of being seated feels good for you. You're going to place one hand on top of the other at the heart center. So in yoga, our heart center is quite literally the center. Whereas obviously if someone said to you, put your hand on your heart, you'd go further to the left. But we're literally heart center. So feeling into that whole chest area. Sit tall, close the eyes. See if you can feel your heartbeat underneath your hands. You can let the breath start to soften now. Taking a few more moments here to ground down and take a moment of gratitude. Maybe there's something or someone in your life and you would like to dedicate your practice today to them. Offering up your love, your strength, your power, your gentleness, your kindness. Just take a moment to be grateful. Bow the head. Namaste. Thank you so much for flowing with me. It is great to be back for my first flow of 2019 on YouTube, and there will be lots more. If you haven't seen, I have just launched my membership program. So if you're looking for longer flows, a little bit maybe more advanced, then go check that out. I'll leave the link below. If not, then just make sure you subscribe here and you get all of this for free. So yeah, I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.